bald head very well.
Now. Just because he's bald doesn't mean he shouldn't have rights. It just means he probably shouldn't have rights.
I didn't say he shouldn't have rights. I just want to throw cold cuts and cheese at his head. See how much of it sticks.
Saber, control aura.
I have no idea what that means, man.
It means absolutely anything you want to mean. All right.
Exactly.
I'm more
Bad
meant
and
sticking meat to someone's head.
Oh no, I want to throw it at his head and see if it sticks.
That's how hot it is.
I feel like his bald head has enough friction to actually hold that kind of stuff.
I mean, most heads have friction to hold that kind of stuff. It's just a weird.
Yeah,
it's a
but
weird thing to
especially
say.
because he's bald.
I don't think that really affects it too much.
You'd have to see it first.
I guess I don't usually throw things at bald people, so I don't know.
I haven't yet, but it's getting intrusive.
I mean, I throw things at Cody.
You should throw something at his bald head and see if it sticks.
I have.
Has it stuck?
Yes.
See? Ryan gets it.
I think he's full of shit. That story sounds made up.
I have thrown a piece of bread. It didn't really stick. It just kind of landed on his head, and I threw a spoon at him.
It's got to be kind of wet and not sticky, but like, able to hold on to something.
Well, it's like when the workers beneath you, throw shit at the wall like cheese to see if the managers will notice. At a restaurant,
It's kind of like throwing cheese at a wall, see if it'll stick.
Yeah,
or like pickles.
But throwing cheese at bald people aside, we are here today to take a gander at the whole Az controversy that is going on currently. Mostly because I want to see if it has a point. I've only seen a few memes that were pretty entertaining.
I mean, I'll let you guys. I've already seen this video, so I actually watch Az.
I'm blind to this one. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, so Aura doesn't know who Az is or what the controversy is.
I think the controversy's stupid, for the most part. Did he have a man-baby moment? Yeah, kinda. But, I mean, there's a lot of people who have these about stupid shit. This is also about something kind of stupid. I think his way of going about it was bad, but I do think he has sort of a point, but not really the point he makes in this video. But I'll explain that afterwards.
We'll explain that when we get to it.
Saber, you've given me a lot to think about while watching this video.
I have my doubts, man.
Now the monkey that plays the trombone in his brain is going to also be playing the flute. Figure that one out. Anyway.
Man has opinion about video game. Internet goes absolutely nuclear crazy about opinion on video game.
That is something the internet does.
About opinion on video game? No, this has nothing to do with opinion on video game. This is everything to do with going after the far left sacred cow of gender ideology.
Now, most of the memes I've been seeing are from people who are predominantly more right-wing, I should say, but it's, from what I've been able to tell, most people are just making fun of him because man-baby moment.
Yeah, like I said, he has a man-baby moment. I get what he's trying to say. Doesn't really convey it the best, but it's whatever. Yeah, there are people who freak out about shit like this more so than they need to. Especially because, for the most part, when games ask you the fucking pronouns...
We'll get to that. We'll get to there when we get there.
Alright.
Hi everyone, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface. This Friday just gone, we had the early access release for Starfield. Some people are loving it. Some people not so much. Me personally, after 25 hours or so into the game, I'm struggling. I'll just be completely honest. When you're in a built-up area, some of it graphically can look very nice indeed. The gameplay is solid enough when you're actually doing something, but that's half the problem. I've found the explorative nature of this game exceedingly dull and boring. I've found the characters not remotely engaging, and the dialogue has a lot to be desired.
As long as the credits keep rolling in, life's good.
But having an opinion on the
alright.
internet...
So, this is a side note, because I have basically zero interest in playing Starfield at the moment.
I guess we should probably clarify that, yeah.
I haven't looked up really anything on it. It's sort of like, what was the game? Cyberpunk. When that came out, like a lot of people were losing their minds out of it, but I had no expectations for it, and I was like, that's all right. It works fine on my computer. It did get better with updates, but that's not really relevant to what we're talking about here. So yeah, I have no expectations for Starfield. When I heard it was coming out, I literally was like, I should play Skyrim again.
Yeah, I have little to no intention of playing Space Skyrim. The only thing that's maybe even like, oh, maybe, is the fact that I was told it has no fast travel, and that's always a good thing.
I have a feeling you'd be very bored. Because all that means is you're going to be sitting in a vehicle holding the joystick forward or the W button, whatever you play it on. You're just going to be holding whatever direction makes you move forward for, 20 minutes to go to a point to get a med pack so you can then go back.
Depends on the game. But I don't really like...
That's just sort of what I predict will happen with this game. Starfield, I haven't actually played it. Really looked anything up. But seeing as how it sounds kind of No Man's Sky-ish.
I'm just not really particular to most of the Bethesda games, personally, but...
I don't know. I like the Elder Scrolls series.
I like...
Fallouts aren't bad. I think this will be more like I think this will be more like a Fallout 4 in space, honestly.
Well, you see, I always forget Fallout 4 exists because no one ever talks about it.
I beat it. I joined the supremacist guys who want to take over the world with robots.
As you do. Or I take it you have little to no interest in space Fallout?
Sounds like a cool idea, but I already played Fallout 3 Mothership Zeta, so I'm okay on that front.
Yes, indeed.
Heaven forbid anyone have one of those. But this video isn't about that. I'm not gonna treat you like you don't know what is actually going on. Towards the beginning of the game, the character creation, we were greeted with a pronoun option, so very current day of Bethesda, because it appears at some point during the last couple of years, Pete Hines seems to have forgotten what gender he is. Never mind. So I went on a...
Didn't Baldur's Gate ask for pronoun crap?
Yeah, and it's stupid in that, too.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not stupid. I'm just saying, isn't this just more of a modern game thing in general?
This is just a new way to add a very small piece of customization that doesn't really matter.
I mean, also do is...
So that they can be like, oh, see, we care. Look at how much we care. We put this arbitrary thing in. God forbid we put a good hairstyle in, or more body types, or the ability to customize body types. No. You can say him, her, or they.
I mean, also what really do at the end of the day is flip the script with from A to B to where, or to C, I guess, where it'd be like,
oh yeah,
he went there, she went there, they went there.
A side effect of this is that, like, typically when they do the he, him, her, they shit, is all that really makes the dialogue feel like is that no one talks to you in a way that gender matters anyway.
No, not usually.
So it doesn't come up. If it does come up, it comes up super rarely. It's not like someone's gonna be like, "Hey, baby," because even if you're a guy or a girl, they're still just gonna be like, "Hey, baby." So
the company really doesn't care in the first place. They just want to see how many pennies they can pinch out of people.
Yeah, I mean, if they get an extra $70 out of adding he, him, or they, I'm sure it's worth it, at least in some respect, because it's not like it takes a lot to program. All you'd have to do is put a variable in that switches it off based on if a trigger was clicked
Well,
in the character
probably
creation.
the more time out of anything would just be the re-record a few lines of from he went there, she went there, they went there, right?
I don't know. I recently installed the Skyrim mod that lets you that like adds the AI voicing, and like that's actually surprisingly good. I mean, it's not perfect, and obviously they have voice actors, but like once that comes along, I don't know, man. I think they'll just be able to just auto correct it into the sentence, basically.
You know, I'm a little upset with Baldur's Gate for having the vitiligo option with no reverse vitiligo option.
It's the opposite of what Michael Jackson had.
That's terrible.
What the hell do you even call it? Like invitiligo?
He called it re-vitiligo.
Yeah, something like that.
Uncle Ruckus is a fantastic character.
Bit of a rant to my streaming audience because I was unhappy with the fact.
All right, or get prepared for a funny rant.
Of our entertainment today, we seem to be pulled out because the people creating it are more concerned with inserting current day into absolutely everything. Bethesda, there is nothing I love more than to sit down.
Oh, here's his. This is his baby rant.
PC, fire up a brand new RPG. Lose myself, think, oh my god, just think of this world, just think of all the planets I can visit, all the immersive things that I can get involved with, all the fights, all the relationships, all the people I meet, all the places I go. I'm so excited to go there. And you know, I love nothing more than, with all of that laid out in front of me, I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us. Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're boring! We're so fucking boring! We can't see past our own fucking reflection! That's the level of our narcissism here at Bethesda Western Game Company! Fuck your immersion! Fuck you having a good time! Fuck you falling into a world and just getting lost! No, no, no! Current fucking day! You're boring! You're fucking dull! You have nothing to say! You are a one-hived mind twat waffle! That's all you fucking are! And you wonder why people are getting so fucking sick and tired! You take everything we love, all our immersions, all our fantasies, all our escapism, and you just can't help shovel your dog shit fucking crap ideology into everything! Every single solitary fucking thing!
So I don't really.
It's just
disagree
funny.
with what
It's
he
so
said.
cringy.
I think he's
Not really
missing
just-
the point of why people are actually mad. They're not mad at the wokeisms so much. They're mad at the fact that we keep getting these shitty, half-made games popped out.
Well, I don't know about Starfield because it's not out yet.
It's a Bethesda game. It'll probably have Bethesda-ness to it.
Yeah. I mean, like every Bethesda game is half made. That's why they just kind of have the joke goes. They'll release half a game and the modders will fix it.
Oh yeah, like I said, people are kind of getting annoyed with that though.
I doubt it. Starfield's gonna sell really well.
It's already sold
I'm
well.
not saying it won't.
Most games sell really well even when they're half finished. Not all, but a lot do. So I don't disagree. There's a lot of people who are just willing to buy it and wait. I mean, people still play Fallout 76 somehow.
No.
And that had a catastrophic launch. And I don't know, eventually it got better at some point because people say it's good now. Same thing with
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky, yeah. I almost said Starfield, but that's what we're sort of talking about.
You could be talking about Star
Anyway.
Citizen, the game that'll never come out because it's just a giant scam.
I don't know what that is.
Terrible, it's what it is. Anyway,
Oh, wait, yeah, I didn't know what that is. Never mind.
People are memeing on that, and I know his video is like, man is canceled for having opinions, and his whole video is, oh, they're trying to shush me or whatever, but like, I think it's more just people laughing at him because
Oh, yeah, it's definitely people laughing at him.
fucking look at it.
I want
he's
to point out that he had
just
to edit
mad.
his own video.
Yeah,
Well,
it's,
he's about to
He
admit
had to
that right
rewatch
there.
it. Yeah.
And that's the next thing he says. But
And then
like
he
I said, I don't
posted it.
really. I mean, if he doesn't, he probably doesn't disagree with what he said.
No, but the way he said it was just.
It's just
He
funny.
should have been like, "Oh man."
I guess. I don't know. I think it was a silly way to go about saying it, but I don't really disagree.
It's not necessarily that you even disagree with what he was saying, but it's just like it's so over the top.
To be fair, over the top stuff tends to work better than
True.
mundane, mature responses.
True. It's just still funny.
Because like, if he was like, I disagree because X, Y, and Z, and then he explained all the reasons calmly. Would he be a viral right now? Probably not.
Oh no.
So it'll definitely get more eyes on you when you do something silly like that, but a lot of people will quickly lose attention to what you're actually trying to say.
He also
quicker.
talks about that in this video.
Edited that down a little bit because of brevity. There were some pauses that I took out, but this was tweeted out by Hassan Piker after Dan Vask.
Ooh.
Who?
This might have to be muted.
I'm
not sure
pausing
if
it
this
right
is
now. Just
I'm not
for
sure
the
if this is
copyrighted
I'm not sure
bullshit.
This yeah.
Had put the video out and it went a tinge viral.
Also, I know you don't know who Hassan Piker is, Aura. He's a fucking retard.
He's a socialist.
He is
I don't like him already.
unironically proud, like maybe 65 IQ.
He's the guy that was all like, well, you'll see it in this video, actually.
Yeah.
More fingers and toes than IQ.
Yes.
And this weird British guy, oh, yeah, okay, fair enough, losing his mind over selecting pronouns in Starfield is the perfect demonstration for why we must bring back lobotomies. Well, Hassan, at least they would be able to lobotomize me. You, however, I don't think they would actually find enough brain cells. And if you don't know who this guy is, let me introduce you to him.
So good.
So, you said America deserved 9/11. Did you mean that?
Yeah.
And that
Oh,
other
that
person
laugh.
that he was being interviewed
Like most socialists, he is just an ugly person, audially and physically.
by was his uncle, Cenk Uygur. Let's see what Cenk Uygur has to say.
This part's
about
really
certain
funny.
things, shall we?
If I were the benevolent dictator of the world, I would legalize bestiality where you are giving, where you are pleasuring the animal. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Okay. Why? Why did that happen?
I don't know.
What fucking...
So fucking stupid.
Just...
See, that's retarded and cringy to say. It's like, what?
It's just... Why?
I'd like to know what
The context of that
the
was.
context of that one was. No matter what, it's gross, but
Just...
could be a lot
you,
worse.
You can see the girl he's talking to doesn't even know what to say.
Like,
Sounds like
I just want to know what I know Chuck Yeager is a fucking also sub 90 IQ, but like I want to know his thought process if he even had one, or is he just kind of like, fucking animal seems like a good idea.
This is going back to the impulsive thoughts I was talking about before we started this video. It's like chucking a piece of cold cut at that guy's head just to see if it'll stick. I wouldn't do it because it's impulsive, but I could still think it.
It's just people with no impulse control in their auditory. It's terrible.
Yeah, no idea why he randomly decided. What if? It's not wrong to finger my pet. It's cool. It's a weird thing to say. Luckily, you're not big enough to have an out of context clips for what I just said.
We here at F.O.I.L do not support bestiality, and in fact think all socialists should be put into camps.
Happy camps.
Happy camps. Of gas.
As long as they're away from me, I don't care.
They're like the poor people, get them away from me.
Boot them.
No, Cenk, maybe it had something to do with the, I don't know, fucking animals part. What the hell is wrong with your family, dude? So needless to say that I'm pretty okay with having a conflicting opinion to somebody like Hassan. But this isn't just about pronouns, that's the disingenuous argument that people want to latch onto, so that you don't talk about the gender ideology and the intersectionality that's been rammed into every single solitary facet of our entertainment, from video games to TV, film, comics, etc.
See, this is the part I more agree with, is like, it is annoying how it's rammed into everything.
I mean, it's really...
Especially when it really doesn't matter.
It's the newest cause that can make corporations and other big Hollywood celebrities more money.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
that's money, but...
that's why it's in everything, but it's
Yeah.
still annoying.
It's still annoying, and I agree it's annoying. I also... But I would disagree with the fact that it is actually in absolutely everything. It's mostly just in the big shit.
Yeah. It'll keep happening until it's depopularized.
Yeah. A lot of indie stuff doesn't have it, for example. And there could be a couple of reasons for that. Obviously, they don't have as big of budgets usually.
Well, it's also, like...
They're also more in line with what's going to be popular because they're smaller and able to get stuff out faster than a corporation, which...
Yeah. I mean, you get... This shit was, really fucking popular in your face, like, 3 or 4 years ago when Starfield was in the middle of development, so...
Yeah. Hopefully it dies down. But, at the end of the day, I don't really think it hurts anything, just having the pronoun selection. It's more that, I don't really feel like it adds anything either.
No. Like, when I'm going through a game and I have that option selection, I'll just quickly put what I want, which is whatever the fuck I feel like at the moment, and I'll just swiftly move past it and go on to the next thing. I don't delve on it very long.
Yeah.
Mostly just, I think this is more of an issue of Western shit, and really only the major Western shit.
Because, even in Baldur's Gate, I'm thinking about it now, and, the only person I can even think of who refers to you by your gender at any points is... I mean, they might do it more often. I just didn't think about it too much because I wasn't paying attention. But I think there's a part where Gale calls you my lady.
Well, it's not like any of the characters have any sexual preference. They're all just...
Yeah, with whatever you make.
They're good with anything. Every single one of them.
Yeah, they're all degenerates.
Well, yeah, it's...
They're all silly bitties.
Well, yeah.
Listen,
They're blank canvases.
I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier.
Yes?
So, in the interest of full disclosure...
God,
there's
it looks
one
like a
more thing you
Bethesda
ought to
game.
know before we head up there.
You're a dude.
My relationship
Oh.
with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance.
Uh-huh.
The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place.
Oh no, the worst
Yeah.
theme ever.
I
I
am
don't
a
know,
clone
man.
of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC and the former head of
Did I have...
that song is so good for just being devastated by something stupid.
It's so fucking bad.
Like what it's designed for.
It's not supposed to be devastated by stupid, but that's what it works best for. It's so...
I don't know.
That's the Guts theme for anybody who doesn't know.
That's a
took me
good
forever to-
discussion. Oh, go
It
ahead.
took me forever to figure out whose theme that was.
It's because it
That's a
doesn't
good
sound like it
discussion to
belongs
bring
to
up,
him.
though. Would a clone of a man who is genetically modified to become a woman actually count as trans?
No, because it would be born or created, whatever.
That's what I'm thinking too.
No, I don't think it'd be trans. I think it would just be a female clone of you.
Nah.
I wouldn't consider X-23 a trans Wolverine.
It's like the chromosome has physically been changed.
Well, even if it
Yeah.
was a clone, that shit can change in the fucking embryo
also
process, wouldn't it?
I also don't think it's. I think it's more of a sister at that point, though. Like if you had a female clone made of yourself.
It's kind of more like a twin sister.
Yeah. Because it's gonna be different than you.
It's
Just
no
45
longer
years-
a perfect clone anymore.
This is my twin sister of me. She's 45 years younger.
Yeah. Just doesn't really make sense. But cloning's a weird thing because, if you make basically an identical copy of somebody, okay, that's a clone, but you fucking gotta wait however long before it's useful.
Mm.
And if you make a clone that's like an instant clone, well, that dude probably or that clone probably ages real fast.
Yeah.
And then if you make a weird, like, alternate gender version of yourself for reasons, at that point it's more of a family member. Like, because, like, I mean, at that point, could you just be like, oh yeah, you know what? I made a clone of myself, but it's got Wolverine claws and Superman eyes.
Mm.
You're like, is it really still a clone of you? Of course.
It's a genetic monstrosity.
Isn't it?
A heathenous creation.
Isn't it more like a half sibling?
I don't know if he's about to bring up in like, oh, that's a trans character, but I wouldn't call that a trans character. I would just call that
No.
stupid sci-fi
No.
shit.
I don't either.
No, I wouldn't call it trans. I think it's more like a sibling.
Closer.
Yeah, because
That reaction because I'm a nasty, naughty transformophobia. No, I had that reaction because it was so obvious because we're dealing with current day gaming company. In actual fact, you could go far as to say we're dealing with current day entertainment in the West. Then we have the Act Man, a React channel that has 1.8
I don't think the Act Man's a React channel because I watch him too.
I don't know. Wait, is he the guy who made the who made a good video on like the current state of Halo about 6 months ago?
He made a video on the current state of Halo, a couple of them, but most of it boils down to it's bad and they're probably not going to fix it.
Well, yeah, that's obvious, but we're not here to talk about Halo. I was just wondering if that
Yeah,
was the same guy.
I think the Act Man's all right. He probably has a similar mindset to like how you had, Ryan, where he's like, he saw this, he's like, it's cringy and stupid, you shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Is what the impression I got from his response. But
Mm.
I'm being mad because a person reacted to a game. By the way, this person recently being cancelled, having his YouTube channel demonetized / pulled down because he was attacked for having an opinion.
I don't think this is the same as you got, Mr. Az. He had his YouTube channel removed, apparently, from what you just said, but you're just getting made fun of. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. I don't think that's like and like.
it depends if he gets his YouTube channel taken down for it or not. If that's what's actually happening, then it's similar at least. But I don't think anyone's actually trying to take down his channel for not liking Starfield. So this is a little hyperbolic in that respect. I mean, there might be people trying to take his channel down because I'm pretty sure he's big. Like he's got like almost 1 million subs.
I think Az is at like 300,000. Heels versus Babyface.
Yeah, his channel's name is Heel versus Babyface. It's a wrestling reference, I think. But
I don't know. I don't watch soap operas.
well, you should get a nice glass of Chardonnay and start.
I should. Aura, bring me my finest champagne glasses.
Link.
About something and exercising his right to do so. Now, he's actually jumping on that bandwagon to attack somebody who is exercising their right to have an opinion. I guess turnaround is fair play, hey? Don't worry about the hypocrisy of it, dude. You do you. So his tweet starts off with gorilla
Doesn't
shaped
really
man, which
seem
by the way,
hypocritical to me,
I can't
but
take any other way than a compliment in Silverback, baby. On the verge of crying, we've already had to go into a lie because you want to embellish your inverted commas argument. Shouty man, yes. Ranty man, yes. Angry man, yes. Crying, no. Just say it how it is. If you feel comfortable with his position, why lie? Because Starfield lets you pick pronouns at the start of the game and then is never brought up again. Well, if it's never brought up again, why do you even have to pick the pronoun? And you would have a better point.
it's a false thing to advertise. Extra tick box of extra customization.
Yeah, that's. I guess
It's
that's the
marketing.
that's the only reason it's in there. I said that earlier.
Yeah, it's just marketing.
Yeah. See, look at we care about Twitter, even though Twitter will never buy our game because it almost never does.
What? No.
If the game allowed you to skip the pronoun nonsense, what are your pronouns? Skip. Because the game understands that when you've picked the male character, you have male pronouns. And when you pick the female character, you have female pronouns. So if it's never brought up again, what is the issue? What is the problem? Why is it even there? It's there to compel you to do so. It's there to compel you to participate in the
See, this part, I'm like, this is sort of an
This
exaggeration.
this is a this can go down a rabbit hole that he is not aware of, because you can turn that around like Call of Duty compels you to shoot up a building. You are participating in shooting.
I think you're building a straw man there. As far
No,
as
no,
that
just
goes.
take it to its most extreme.
Yeah, but shooting up a building and picking an option are not really the same thing.
I mean, he's saying it compels you.
Ah, but you have the option to play the game.
Exactly. He's saying it compels you to participate in the gender ideology, which now it's just kind of an option to move on.
Well, yeah, I mean, last I checked, gender ideology doesn't typically involve shooting up buildings. That's why I said I don't think it's really the same thing.
Well, that's why I picked an extreme example.
Well, pick a better one next time.
Unfortunately, it's a
going.
political plot point right now, and both of the political parties often go for the extreme of one side or the other.
Well, they both go for the one side of the extreme so they could get nothing done, so that then they can turn around and agree that they need a pay raise.
I mean, that is true.
Will someone think about the poor congressman?
The ideology that they've shoved into the game. But again, you're being disingenuous because you're not even addressing the rest of the argument, which is the fact that this is shoved into all types and kinds of our entertainment here in the West.
And it really isn't a lot of stuff,
simply a
but
straw that
like I said, I think he's exaggerating a little bit.
He's exaggerating, I think, a bit more than a little bit. Or you read. How many books have you read with
I don't
current
think
day?
books, I don't think books really.
He said entertainment. Books are entertainment.
I mean, I haven't seen any yet. I'm a
I
little
mean,
behind on reading, though, so.
I read a lot of manga that are up to date pretty currently, and like very rarely is there this kind of stuff in it, which is why he specifies Western.
Did he specify Western?
Yeah,
I didn't hear him
which
say
I don't.
Western.
I don't really read comics. Last I heard was Spider-Man got cucked, and I was like, ooh, it's a terrible choice.
Yeah.
Spider-Man can't be happy. It's a canon event.
Yeah.
Whatever the fucking noise is.
I don't know. It's very jarring.
I like it though. It's a good sound effect. This shit's going down, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's similar but different to Guts' theme.
You want to know a weird fucking sound effect? Do you guys remember the level up sound effect from EverQuest?
No.
That's a weird one. I can't even describe it. It's like chucking a pipe down a chimney.
I never actually got to play that one.
All right. Editing Ryan, throw it right here. Wow, isn't that strange? Moving on.
Broke back moment. So the person that says it doesn't matter then created another post because I guess it actually does matter. This time
I think people are defending Starfield a little hard.
Oh,
well.
It's a Bethesda game. Of course they are. I just think it's also mostly just what people saw. They saw him ranting and they thought it was funny.
Yeah, his rant is funny. Not for the reasons he thinks it is.
Yeah.
But people are hardball defending Starfield, even though most people haven't played it yet.
Well, it is funny when you're trying to have a debate with somebody and you tell them, like, hey, this is the reason I don't like this thing, and give them a couple of reasons, and then they say, well, you should just unalive yourself. And it's like, this kind of went in a direction that probably shouldn't have. I've had that with a couple games that I've talked about before.
Well, yeah, because most gamers,
I've had that.
Most people who play games and call themselves gamers are fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Well,
nobody knows how to debate anymore without getting their personal feelings hurt.
Yeah, the emotional maturity of a 6-year-old.
Splatoon is bad.
How dare you?
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not good with debate, but no, I mean,
You should
Ryan,
kill yourself.
Ryan tries to unalive me at the end of this video.
Hey, if you don't hear from Saber ever again, you know what happened. I unalived him for shit talking Splatoon. How dare these gamers have emotional maturity of a 6-year-old? I'll show them.
Yeah.
Going to a 5-year-old now. Fuck you.
Oh my.
I just looked at the playlist of some of the other stuff we have, and I'm dreading some of these.
15-second video. Oh no, Virgin Starfield hater with me. Oh no, I guess I'm a virgin again. Hey, good for me. Are you virgin shaming? Naughty. And then average Starfield enjoyer with, you know, Giga Chad, and the game's not even official release yet, but don't worry about that. Look, this is what it is. I don't care about it. Love the game, criticize the game. It's all good to me. So the guy that said it doesn't matter then's created another post because I guess it really, really matters. But this time, folks, he got me. I got gotcha'd by him. So I wanted to see what the guy who screamed about pronouns in Starfield thought about the Hogwarts Legacy boycott, and I was not disappointed. The hypocrisy is prophetic.
I don't really get what Ackman's point here is, because he really just kind of plays into what Az said anyway.
Well, I'll watch what he's about to play in a second, but I don't think it's probably these tweets were probably getting good amounts of likes or whatever the fuck Twitter has.
Yeah.
So he's probably just doing it more for the algorithm than anything. Again, also probably found it funny because I've seen people really get hanged up on a joke if they just found it really funny.
Yeah, that's true. I found like the greatest one shot ever not too long ago. But
you fucking dare!
Oh, dare you? But yeah. I'll have to see if I can find that. Post it. That guy, whoever made it, deserves some credit.
Anyway.
We'll get on to prophetic shortly, dude. So let's watch, shall we? I will not be berated, bullied, intimidated into not playing a game because you think it attacks you or goes against your ideology. Boo fucking who? Man up! Fucking pronouns! Boo fucking who? Man up! Fucking gender ambiguity! You think it attacks you or goes against your ideology, and you just can't help! Shovel! You are dog shit! You think it attacks you or goes against your ideology. Fucking crap! Ideology into everything! You think it attacks you or goes against your ideology, goes against your ideology, goes against your ideology. We can't see past our own fucking reflection!
Agreed.
Yes.
I'm not sure what Actman's video there was trying to prove, honestly. Maybe Az here can explain what Actman was trying to get through better than I can, because I've never met either of these two people in life. I don't really watch either of their content either, so.
And what was I actually talking about? I was actually talking about buying Hogwarts Legacy and not boycotting it because I wouldn't bow down to the intersectional, woke, far-left ideological mob that wanted to cancel it because Harry Potter is made by J.K. Rowling. Somehow, that is a gotcha. I played the game, just like I've sunk 25 hours so far into Starfield. I played Hogwarts Legacy, and I enjoyed the gameplay, and I enjoyed the story. Didn't prevent me from criticizing the barmaid, which was silly, or other aspects of little bits of wokeness or intersectionality that they put into the game. But I guess, once again, you don't actually need context. You just need gotchas. And
I don't think any of us... No, Saber, you played Hogwarts Legacy, I think.
I didn't like it at all. I thought it sucked.
It was kind of boring.
I don't give a shit about Harry Potter, so...
I didn't get very far, though, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. I got to Hogsmeade, and I didn't even meet the bartender, who's apparently a silly, kind of funny man lady. I got to Hogsmeade. I did some of the quests there. I think I was about to meet up with the retard who took me there, and I just never played it again because I didn't like it. the voice acting in that game. Some people might say it's really good, but I'm like, yeah, it's really good at being irritating. I couldn't stand it.
Well, that's because they speak the inferior Britannicani.
Well, I like the British accent for the most part, but I don't know, like they didn't have like a Gordon Ramsay going on. They had like a sword boy.
You
Every character should have been Peter Cushing.
The Brits are just mad that we took and perfected their language, and they had to make their own.
Inferior copy.
That's not as bad as Australian.
Crikey.
I'm gonna go to the kitchen and get a bevy.
The fuck does that even mean?
Alright, I
And
probably
one
shouldn't say anything
thing,
else.
you mentioned prophetic. Let me just see what your last video up is. The dark side of reaction content.
That video is
Holy
fucking
shit.
weird, by the way.
The dark side.
Because it goes into like the fact that like the dark side of reaction content is basically torturing turtles,
Oh.
which is not cool. Don't torture turtles.
No,
Turtles are
is it?
cool.
Is this a dog?
They torture dogs and cats in it too. But yeah, no, like what people do is like they'll want to rescue animals from situations, so they'll like put the animals in those situations to then rescue them, like
PETA.
stuff like one of the videos is like they take a kitten and they stuff it in between semi tires, and then they pull it out.
Like PETA.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know anything about
Or
PETA
if
controversies.
they can't save the animal, they'll actually just fucking kill it.
PETA has so many controversies because they are literally organized by Satan himself.
Yeah, they're pretty evil.
I know nothing of PETA other than they had Pamela Anderson for a while, and then they said they were going to do porn, but that's old.
I'm not even gonna get into it because it's honestly just gross.
Yeah.
It looks like you're the walking embodiment of prophetic, dude. But I'll tell you what I did get from that clip. I got from it that I've lost a lot of weight since I did that video, and I'm really happy with the way that my weight loss journey's going. So cheers for doing a side-by-side there, because that just kind of spurs me on to keep going and do better. Here's just a
Good
little
job, fella.
cautionary
Don't be
tale
fat.
for
Anyone listening, don't be fat. Being fat is gross.
you.
Being fat is a
Remember
choice.
Volition?
It is a
Volition,
choice.
The game studio that took
the wrong
over
one.
the reboot of Saints Row. Volition, the same company that attacked fans.
I'm gonna
of
refill
the
my
old
glass
Saints
with
Row games
strawberry
because
syrup.
they
I'll be right
said
back.
That was outdated and it was no longer acceptable, and their game was gonna be for a modern audience. Volition, who are now out of business because the game flopped massively. Things like this can happen. Chip away at people like Chinese torture, and
I wish I had more to
eventually
say,
they'll
but
crack.
like, yeah, Volition shot themselves in the foot with this one.
Yeah, it doesn't help. It doesn't help that not only was it, for lack of a better term, really fucking woke, it was also really fucking woke in every commercial and every trailer.
Well, yeah, like, who wants to be woke gangsters? That doesn't even make sense.
Well, wasn't Saints Row all about being silly and like
It was.
Yeah, it's like
stupid
it's
parody
like
stuff? Of
yeah, it's
Saints,
like getting hit
Grand
by like even
Theft
in the
Auto?
more serious ones, you run around and still jump in front of cars to collect insurance money for insurance fraud.
Hit people with a massager.
Obviously.
Yes, you can get a two-handed massager and beat people to death with it.
10 out of 10 game.
Um,
Yeah, the
That's
new
the game.
one.
and then like in the third one, they went really hardcore into the silly. There's a part where there's like a zombie outbreak, and the mayor of the city, who happens to be Burt Reynolds, teams up with you to go kill zombies.
Sounds pretty legit.
That sounds fucking awesome.
And then in the third one, you get like, your guy is now the president of America, and like you get to jump into a giant United States themed gunship and fight aliens in front of the White House.
Isn't that the fourth one?
Yes, or that's the fourth one. And then like you get put into the Matrix and you get superpowers while you're in there, and you have to save what's left of humanity, and then you kill the aliens and fly off into space at the end.
Oh, you got the touch plays, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, I honestly don't think that game would have been as much of a bomb if it even played well, but the thing didn't run. Like, I think everyone would have gotten pissed off still at all the nonsense, the woke and all that bullshit. But I think the biggest killer of the game wasn't that, because most people can... It's a Saints Row game. If it was fun, they'd still play it. But it wasn't fun. It was garbage. It was broken.
Yeah.
Not saying it would have been like a best hits or anything if it still worked. I just don't think it would have been as big of a bomb.
Or they'll straw that broke the donkey's back moment, and they'll stop supporting your games. But this isn't about pronouns. It never has been. It's about everything. Every single solitary person that's saying, well, it doesn't matter, only says it doesn't matter when it's been inserted into their entertainment, when it's been inserted into their TV, film, comics, video games. Then they can turn around and go, well, it doesn't matter. But if any of it was removed, taken away, just you watch them spurg, get triggered as much as I did when I just get sick and tired of seeing this rammed into everything. Look how Disney are performing right now. Disney Marvel failing miserably.
So
Disney
what he's
live
saying
act-
about the pronoun thing, like, I think he's right about that. Basically, like, if they took it away, the people who don't play the games anyway would lose their minds if they took away the pronoun selection.
Well, yeah, that's always been a problem. People who don't play games
Are very loud.
Are very loud.
And like,
They usually get to make...
Twitter's a mistake. Just get rid of it. All you're doing is training Elon's AI.
I mean, kind of. It's like Zuckerberg's metaverse.
Yeah.
All the same crap.
Both are terrible.
I
Social
really
media
don't
was a
like talking
mistake.
about it because I feel like I need the tinfoil hat, and that bugs me.
I'm waiting for the two of them to have a giant mech battle.
It's okay, so what would be...
Wait, which one's the Decepticons?
They're both fucking
Up.
evil.
I think they're both like different types of Decepticons. It's like Starscream versus Megatron.
Yeah, but which one's Starscream? Because that's the one I want to join.
I think Elon's a little too bulky to be Starscream. So it's gotta be Zuckerberg.
I was trying to think of Decepticons, and I couldn't.
I said the main ones that matter.
I don't know Transformers very well. I played the
Soundwave.
Cybertron games, all two of them. The third one doesn't exist. Fuck you.
Action failing miserably. Indiana Jones failing miserably. They are failing and failing and failing due to the fact they are ramming in current day, and current day is turning customers off. And they've been doing it for so long now and ramming it down all of our throats that even regular people are beginning to wake up, which is very different.
It's just a shame fucking regular people take 10 years to wake up.
Yeah.
So, I agree about about half of what he's saying. So yes, half of it is because quote unquote modern day is just not entertaining to watch. It's just not. And the other half is when they're not quote unquote shoving this stuff down our throats. The stuff that's supposed to have substance behind it is lacking. Like they're just not coming out with good movies. Like, even if they didn't have the woke stuff, they would still not be good movies because there's no substance.
Yeah. It's just an extra double whammy currently.
Kinda, yeah.
It's just
because not only are they bad
stuff is a
movies,
safety
they're
net,
also
basically.
It's not only are they bad movies, they're also woke.
They know they can make people go watch them, so why should they improve?
To be fair, it's only this year and last year I think that's actually started finally failing because
Finally, look at the last Star Wars.
Fuck man, I'm not even gonna get into Star Wars right now.
I know, but I had to bring it up.
The amount of normies, because a lot of YouTube reviewers have the same issue where they all talk to each other, so they're all in the same bubble, but they don't actually talk to normies. Most normies don't pick up on anything. They don't think about this stuff. Like a lot of normies thought like Shang-Chi was fine, like if they actually went to see it.
Well, most people thought Thor: Love and Thunder was fine. It was
For a
absolutely
week.
not.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
it's probably terrible.
It's
But
not good. Got a couple funny scenes, but the rest of it's kind of garbage.
The last Marvel movie I saw was the Spider-Man one.
They did gore dirty. That's all I'm gonna say. And
Everything.
I'm not
is
even a
great.
comic book fan.
Only that, they're now starting to laugh at it and mock it as it should be mocked.
This is the 7 dwarves thing, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
these are the
seven
seven
mythical
dwarves.
beasts,
The 7 mythical individuals.
which
And
none
I
of them
use
look.
individuals like you use for an person.
Not a single
mental
one of them
asylum.
looks mythical. They just look like random smucks.
Is this the actual cast, or is this the
This is a cast
pre-production?
photo.
Well, I know because there was a pre-production photo that wasn't using cast, but they were in the outfits that was going around that people were
Not
saying
a
was
lot
the
of
production
diversity
cast,
there.
but it wasn't. Regardless, I know none of them are actually midgets, so it's all shit.
Oh, the one guy is.
Well, the other 6 of the fucking 7
Yeah.
dwarves are not
Because Peter
midgets.
Dinklage decided to talk
Peter
for everybody.
Peter
Yeah, 'cause
Dinklage
Peter
ruined
Dinklage-
midgets.
Yeah, because
Basically.
he doesn't know
Little
midgets
people.
and dwarves are 2 different things, as far as fantasy context goes.
I believe dwarves is a good vernacular.
See an image, of course, from the upcoming Snow Brown and the 7 Seattle Baristas coming next year to flop
Kind of.
majorly for Disney. Another fairy tale sacrificed on the altar of intersectionality. I don't care.
The guy in the back looks like somebody I wouldn't want to have children around.
What you want to call yourself. Call yourself the king of Kathmandu for all I give a shit. And give yourself the pronouns of Tweedledum and Tweedledee. That's your prerogative to do. I just don't need to play your game. And that's where we have the butting of heads. Because you feel that I do need to play your game.
Didn't he just say he had 25 hours into it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
he
heard
was
a
sa- he
couple
was-
things that he's kind of being hypocritical about.
Yeah, he said he doesn't have to. He is doing it though. He just doesn't have to,
Fair enough.
which is sort of what
You
Aura said earlier.
Tell me to play your game. You want to legalize it so I play your game. And by game, of course, I mean gender ideology. Unlike the mob that went after J.K. Rowling, I'm not telling anyone not to buy a video game. If you're curious and you want to play it, buy it. Try it out for yourself. See what you think. Some of you will like it. Probably some of you won't like it. That's the nature of the beast. But I'm more than entitled to express my own opinion on the fact that I am sick and tired of seeing current day shoved into every facet of our entertainment. Television, film, video games, comics, etc., etc. In a few days' time, this will
Still
blow
think he's
over,
being
such
a
is
bit
the
hyperbolic,
nature of
but
today's social
I get
media.
it's for
I wouldn't say
content.
I wouldn't
Attention
say it
will
was.
be
I would say he's being more dramatic.
Yeah, dramatic.
I think modern day has its place in entertainment. But there are places where trying to cram it in just doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah, that's
If
the
I'm
big.
playing a fantasy game, which takes place in like medieval Europe, I probably shouldn't see any woke stuff in there because it wouldn't make any sense.
Well, yeah, and that's mostly the big issue with people is it keeps getting shoved into shit it shouldn't be in.
Mm-hmm. I said it makes sense sometimes, but
Depends what you're
Not-
doing.
not as often.
It's
Not
like
as
with the
often as
Saints Row
being-
thing. Like, no one's gonna believe that a bunch of basically murderous thugs are gonna also be woke. They would be woke to take advantage of it. That'd be about the extent that would
I'm sure.
go.
It's equivalent to
Um,
the people who create new
also-
create new religions to take
I mean-
advantage of the things they can get out of it.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that's more what they use it for.
No.
The actual woke people is they use it like a religion to get advantages for stuff.
More or less. To be told
Uh,
that they can do things that they normally couldn't do if they were a normal person.
focus elsewhere, and my 15 minutes of Twitter fame will come to an end. But
Yeah.
what won't come to an end is the people that saw the video and said to themselves, yes, that's the way I've been feeling. Yes, I've been seeing this for a while now. Thank goodness there are other people out there that are feeling the same way that I'm feeling. And
I
As-
don't know, he thinks he's starting a movement.
No, I don't think he thinks that.
Oh no, I really think he does.
I don't, but
with what he just said right now.
there's lots of videos that end with stupid messages like this.
Regardless if he does or doesn't, if you freak that bad out over a video game and have it recorded, you expect to be made fun of.
Because of that, they've found my channel, and because of that, they will find other people's channels as well, that they can go and listen to their points of view, their opinions, and understand that they're not alone in this, and more voices will be brought
Told
to
you.
the table to push back from this utter nonsense that we've been seeing. And a huge thank you to all of you for the outpouring.
I'm pretty
of
sure he's just
support.
talking to his
Your
audience.
voices are and will be heard.
I don't really
That's-
think
that's
that's like, I don't think that's like
literally
a
a
movement.
Video. You take
No, that
care.
is
An
literally-
audience
Bye
is
for
a
now.
movement.
That's not what he's talking about, Flavor.
I disagree with you.
No.
I don't
I
think
don't know
having-
the guy, but
I don't think having a vaguely intended to be inspirational, I don't really think it was, but I don't think having an inspirational sort of attempt at an ending necessarily means you're trying to start a movement outside of you're passionate about what you're saying. Like Ryan just said, like you shouldn't if you freak out about a video game, you should expect to get made fun of. And to be fair, that's sort of true. But if people don't have passion about video games, then there will be no freakouts, or whether they're positive or negative freakouts, there just wouldn't be any.
that's fine. I'm talking about what he said there at the end. That's
Well, we'll go back a few seconds.
Yes, I've been seeing this for a while now. Thank goodness there are other people out there that are feeling the same way that I'm feeling. And because of that, they've found my channel. And because of that, they will find other people's channels as well, that they can go and listen to their points of view, their opinions, and understand that they're not alone in this. And more voices will be brought to the table to push back from this utter nonsense. that
So
we've
yeah,
been
it sounds to
seeing.
me
Or
And a
still
huge
more like
thank you to all of you for the
it still sounds to
outpouring
me more like
of
he's trying to
support.
recruit people to his and his friends' channels.
I mean ultimately, but
Which if you're doing exactly the same thing we're doing, you want to recruit people to your channels. That's just how it goes.
well, yeah.
No.
I wouldn't think we're starting a movement because we're passionate that Fable 2 and 3 both suck.
I don't think it's the I don't think he started a movement.
No.
Wants to start a movement or anything. I do think he probably thinks he's more. If I had to
Yeah, I
guess,
don't
it's.
think he's trying to. I think he thinks that there's a possibility he could.
I would say
maybe that's
it's
the way I
probably
would
more
say it.
likely that he.
It would be
Like
one of
most
the bigger
people-
channels in that group of people.
Yeah, if I would be, if my guess would be, he probably thinks he's more
I
important
didn't
than he
say he
really
was
is, like
smart.
most people do.
Yes, I think Ryan nailed it there.
What did he say?
He said he thinks he's more important than he probably actually is. He thinks he is.
Which is just a common thing amongst most people. It's not even. It's not an ass problem. It's not a YouTube problem. It's just a people problem.
Like, I understand nothing's going to come of this. It's not going to create a movement, but I feel like he thinks he could be starting a movement.
Regardless,
That seems like a leap to me, but whatever.
regardless, Ash he had points.
I would
Most of
check
them
out his
good.
channel. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's just. I do think at the end of the day, it's not people trying to cancel him, or it's not nearly as malicious as he probably thinks it is. It's mostly just people making fun of him because seeing people freak out is just funny.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if you have a larger channel like he does, getting a lot of attention for a few days will definitely make you feel bigger in the britches than you actually are.
Mhm.
And I'd be willing to concede that for your point earlier, Aura. But
Mhm.
like, I don't really think he's trying to start revolution.
No, I think
I hope not. He's
I think
British.
you're thinking too far into what I was saying.
Because like a movement is literally you can just have one of a bunch of people agreeing.
A movement.
Like you could
movements
have
usually
a
start
movement.
small.
You could have a movement be like a fucking sports club.
Oh yeah, I said movement. That's all I was really saying.
Are you saying we should have
I
a
don't-
movement
I
at
don't
a beer
think
hall?
I don't think he thinks he's going to make another January 6th or anything. But just that he thinks he's going to be able to sway people to help him change how things are going, which is technically a movement.
Well, I mean, even if that is his goal, it's not like it's a bad goal. Most things are going
No.
like shit anyway.
Well, I completely agree with that. I just wanted to point that out. That's all.
Well, the way you said it made it
That's-
sound like you were really against the idea.
I did say I'm not good with debates.
Fair enough. Well, Ryan, you potentially skink individual. Anything else to add, or are we done with this one?
Go check out Az's channel if you haven't seen it. It's actually mostly entertaining. It's just this freak out was funny, and I think he's overreacting a bit on it.
I mean, it doesn't seem that much different from some of the freakouts he had in Golem. Those are pretty funny. Because Golem's a shit game. Lord of Ring Golem, because they couldn't afford the of.
Yeah.
That came out.
This is not to say I'm trying to defend Starfield. I don't give a fuck about Starfield.
No, I don't either.
No.
But that has been this video, so congratulations, everybody.
We covered somebody, well, way more popular than we are. Woo!
And guys, the real important thing is, we're finally coming out with a decent amount of content.
Hopefully. Several of these should be easy to make.
Yeah, unless Ryan fucks it up, in which case, create middle fingers in the chat for him.
That'll show
Throw
me.
cold cuts at him.
No, not the cold cuts! Wait, would it be ham?
It could be.
But now, a message from Barbosa.
What are you looking at? Back to work.